Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I want to introduce you 10 of the most difficult games ever made, so stay with me until the end of the video. I will be happy if you like the video and subscribe to my channel. Number 10 Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice is an action-adventure game developed by From Software and published by Activision. It was released in 2019 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows. The story of the game is set in Sengoku, Japan and follows a shinobi named Wolf, who is tasked with protecting his lord, Kuro. The gameplay of the game focuses on fast-paced and precise sword combat. Players can use a variety of moves to defeat their enemies, including blocking, dodging, and parrying. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice was critically acclaimed for its challenging gameplay and engaging story. The game won several awards, including Game of the Year at the Game Awards 2019. Number 9 Remnant 2 is the sequel to the popular third-person shooter Remnant, From the Ashes, developed by Gunfire Games and published by THQ Nordic. The game is set to be released in 2023 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/S, and Microsoft Windows. The story of the game takes place several years after the events of the first game and takes players on a new journey through a post-apocalyptic world overrun by hideous and dangerous creatures. The gameplay is largely similar to the first game, focusing on challenging combat against a variety of powerful enemies. Number 8 Returnal is a third-person roguelike shooter developed by Housemarque and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The game was released in 2021 for PlayStation 5. The story of the game follows Celine Vassos, an astronaut who crash lands on a hostile alien planet called Atropos. To survive and escape the planet, Celine must fight against dangerous alien creatures and uncover the planet's mysteries. The gameplay focuses on challenging combat and exploration. Celine must use a variety of weapons and tools to defeat her enemies and progress through the game. Each time Celine dies, she returns to the beginning of the game, but she keeps some of her progress. Returnal was critically acclaimed for its challenging gameplay, engaging story, and stunning visuals. The game won several awards, including Best Action Game at the Game Awards 2021. Number 7 Nioh is a series of action role-playing games developed by Team Ninja and published by Koei Tecmo. The first game in the series was released in 2017 for PlayStation 4 and Microsoft Windows, and its sequel, Nioh 2, was released in 2020 for PlayStation 4 and Microsoft Windows and in 2021 for PlayStation 5. The story of the game is set in the Sengoku period of Japan and follows the story of William, an English-Japanese samurai who fights in various battles against different enemies, including demons and other samurai. The gameplay focuses on challenging tactical combat. Players can use a variety of weapons and armor to defeat their enemies. The Nioh series has been critically acclaimed for its challenging gameplay, engaging story, and beautiful visual design. Number 6 Lies of P, a dark and mysterious tale deep within the dark city of Krat, where humanity has all but disappeared. Lies are woven into the very fabric of life. In this twisted world, you take on the role of Pinocchio, a living puppet. As you embark on a harrowing journey, your goal is to find your creator, Geppetto, who has vanished in this city riddled with mystery. But Krat is not just filled with darkness and lies, it also roams with wild and merciless creatures. To survive and reach your goal, you must use your wits and your sword. Along the way, you will face grueling challenges and ruthless enemies, but the dark secrets of Krat are not limited to just darkness and savagery. Lies are buried deep within this city that could change your very destiny. Lies of P is an action RPG inspired by the story of Pinocchio. But this game is not just a simple retelling of the tale, it weaves a dark and mysterious story that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Number 5 Hollow Knight, an epic journey in a dark and beautiful world. Hollow Knight is an action-adventure Metroidvania game developed and published by Team Cherry. The game was released in 2017 for Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, and Linux, and in 2018 for Nintendo Switch. The story of the game takes place in a fictional world called Hallownest. You play as a bug knight named Hollow Knight who travels to the kingdom of Hallownest to fight a mysterious infection called the Radiance that is destroying the kingdom. The gameplay focuses on exploration and combat. You must use your sword and spells to defeat enemies and progress through a vast world filled with challenges and secrets. Hollow Knight was praised by critics for its beautiful art style, epic soundtrack, and challenging gameplay. The game won several awards, including Best Action/Adventure Game at the Game Awards 2017. Number 4. Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. A hilarious and challenging journey. Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy is a physics-based platformer game developed and published by Bennett Foddy. The game was released in 2014 for Microsoft Windows and Mac OS, and in 2017 for Nintendo Switch. The story of the game follows a man named Diogenes who is stuck in a large cauldron. He only has a hammer, which he uses to climb a mountain. The gameplay is very challenging. You must use your hammer to climb over rocks, ropes, and other obstacles. If you lose your balance, you will fall back down the mountain. Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy was praised by critics for its challenging gameplay, unique humor, and catchy soundtrack. The game won several awards, including Best Independent Game at the Game Awards 2014. Number 3. Elden Ring. An epic journey in a vast and mysterious world. Elden Ring is an open-world action role-playing game developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. The game was released in 2022 for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X/S. The story of the game is set in the lands between. After the destruction of the Elden Ring and the scattering of its shards, called the Great Runes, peace has been shattered. You play as a Tarnished, one of the exiles from the lands between, who sets out on an epic journey to find all the Great Runes, restore the Elden Ring, and become the Elden Lord. The gameplay is similar to other From Software games. You must use your sword, magic, and other weapons to fight enemies. The game features a vast open world to explore, with many dungeons, castles, and other locations to discover. Elden Ring has been praised by critics for its vast and mysterious open world, deep and challenging story, and engaging gameplay. The game won several awards, including Game of the Year at the Game Awards 2022. Number 2. Demon's Souls. A grueling journey in a dark and demonic world. Demon's Souls is a third-person action role-playing game developed by From Software and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The game was released in 2009 for the PlayStation 3 and in 2020 for the PlayStation 5. The story of the game takes place in the land of Boletaria. After King Allant of Boletaria uncovers the soul arts, demons invade Boletaria and bring it to ruin. You play as a slayer who sets out on a grueling journey to save Boletaria from the demons. The gameplay is very challenging. You must use swords, magic, and other weapons to fight demons. If you die in battle, your soul returns to the Nexus, a safe haven in the game. To return to the point where you died, you must defeat your soul form. Demon's Souls was praised by critics for its challenging gameplay, dark story, and impressive graphics. The game won several awards, including Best Action Role-Playing Game in 2009. Number 1. Dark Souls Series. A grueling journey in a dark and enigmatic world. The Dark Souls series is a collection of 3 action role-playing video games developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. The series consists of Dark Souls 2011, Dark Souls 2 2014, and Dark Souls 3 2016. The story of each game takes place in a separate world, but they are all connected. The gameplay of the series is very challenging. You must use swords, magic, and other weapons to fight enemies. If you die in battle, your soul returns to a bonfire, a safe point in the game. To return to the point where you died, you must defeat your soul form. The Dark Souls series has been praised by critics for its challenging gameplay, dark and enigmatic story, and impressive graphics. The series has won several awards, including Best Action Role-Playing Game in 2011, 2014, and 2016.